So you've been bitten by the 3D printing bug, huh? And now it's getting serious. You're looking at the things you've made and thinking, you know what, I bet people would actually buy this. But that leap, from just a hobby to a real business, well, it brings up one massive question. Which professional software do you bet your time on? Today, we're going to settle the score between the two heavyweights, Blender and Fusion 360.
And look, this isn't a small decision. Seriously. The path you choose right now is going to shape everything. It'll define the kinds of products you can make and how fast you can actually grow your business. And this goes way deeper than just a list of features. We're talking about two completely different ways of thinking about design. So yeah, let's get into it.
Right, from hobbyist to pro, because really, that's what this is all about. This isn't just about clicking a download button. You're basically picking your identity as a creator. Think about it. Are you the artist, sculpting amazing creatures and wild, imaginative characters? Or are you more of an engineer, building things that need to fit and function perfectly in the real world? So imagine you're standing at this crossroads, right? There are two doors in front of you. Behind door number one, you've got this cool, slightly messy artist's loft. There's digital clay everywhere, crazy sketches on the wall, just total creative freedom. Then there's door number two. You peek inside and it is a super clean, organized engineering lab. Everything's about precision, digital calipers, blueprints, that whole vibe. Let's crack open that first door, the artist's studio. Okay, so behind door number one, we've got Blender, the artist's toolkit. And man, what a tool. It is a total powerhouse, and maybe the best part, it's completely free, like 100% open source. Blender's roots are in 3D animation and visual effects, for movies and games. So its whole soul is built around artistry. If your business is all about making things like detailed characters, awesome miniatures for tabletop games, or just beautiful flowing sculptures, yeah, this is probably where you're gonna live. So how does it work? Well, Blender's magic trick is called freeform polygon modeling. I know, it sounds technical, but just think of it like digital clay. Seriously, you start with a basic lump, like a sphere or a cube, and you just start sculpting. You push, you pull, you carve, you pinch. You're working with your hands, basically. It's super intuitive, and for anything organic or artistic, it feels incredibly natural. It's a fantastic, fluid way to create. Okay, but we gotta talk about the elephant in the room with Blender, the legendary learning curve. For a long, long time, Blender's interface was just brutal. I mean, famously difficult. This one Reddit user, Bakamaya Chige, put it perfectly, and I'm quoting here. The Blender UI UX will convince you that there is no beauty or goodness left in the universe and make you long for the sweet embrace of death. And honestly, yeah, a lot of people felt that way.
But here's the thing, that reputation, it's kind of outdated now. The Blender team has put in a ton of work to overhaul the user interface. I'm not gonna lie, it's still a beast of a program, there's a lot to learn, but it's not the nightmare it used to be. And for the people who stick with it, who push past that initial frustration, oh man, the power you get on the other side is just absolutely worth it. And that initial struggle, it's so real. There's this YouTuber, Night Shift, who tells a story that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. He said, I downloaded Blender, tried modeling in it, hated it, uninstalled. Sound familiar, right? It's the classic Blender experience for so many people. But, and you're gonna wanna remember this, his story doesn't end there. We'll come back to him. For now though, let's go check out what's behind door number two.
All right, on to door number two, Fusion 360, the engineer's blueprint. This is a whole different world. We are in the engineering lab now. This is a true CAD program that's computer-aided design. And it was not designed for sculpting dragons or aliens. Nope. This was built from the ground up for engineers, for product designers, for anyone who needs to make something that is absolutely 100% dimensionally perfect. So its core philosophy is something called parametric modeling, and it's the exact opposite of digital clay. Here, you're not sculpting, you're building from a blueprint. You start with a flat 2D sketch, kind of like on a piece of paper, and you give it exact measurements. This line is 50 millimeters. This circle has a 10 millimeter diameter. But here's the magic, the parametric part. Your whole design is alive. If you go back and change that 50 to a 60, the entire 3D model just updates itself instantly. It's kind of a superpower. And this is that workflow in a nutshell. It's so clean and logical. Step 1, you draw a 2D sketch. Step 2, you lock in all your numbers, your dimensions and constraints. Step 3, you pull that flat sketch up into a 3D shape.
And finally, step 4, you add all the little engineering touches, rounding the edges, cutting holes, whatever you need. The best part, every single step is saved. You can go back and change anything at any time. It's super precise, and you never have to worry about permanently messing things up.
So if your business is going to be making anything functional, think like brackets, phone cases, custom enclosures for electronics, anything that has to fit perfectly with something else, this way of working just makes sense. It just clicks in your brain. It really feels like the software is on your team, like it's actively helping you be precise instead of you having to wrestle with it. Okay, so we've seen the artist studio and we've toured the engineering lab. We get the 2 different ways of thinking. Now, it's time for the showdown. Let's put them against each other head to head on the stuff that actually matters when you're starting a 3D printing business. And if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this metaphor. Blender is your digital clay. Fusion 360 is your digital calibers. One is for art and expression, the other is for measurement and precision. It really is that simple.
Okay, so here's a quick cheat sheet. You can see how they stack up on cost, what they're best for, how precise they are, and that learning curve we talked about. It's a nice overview, but honestly, there's one row here that for a new business is more important than all the others combined.
And that's cost. I mean, let's be real. When you're just starting out, every single dollar counts, right? You're bootstrapping this thing. So the price tag, yeah, it's a huge deal.
When it comes to Blender, the price is, well, it's pretty simple. 0, zilch, nada. And I don't mean free trial or free for students, I mean free. For commercial use, forever, you could literally build $1 million empire on Blender and never owe them a single penny. For a startup, that's massive. And then you've got Fusion 360. The full-blown commercial license is gonna run you about $680 a year. And that's not a one-time thing, that's a subscription. So it's a real recurring cost you have to build into your budget every single year. But, and this is a really, really big but, there's an exception. Fusion 360 has what they call a personal use or hobbyist license. It's free, as long as you're making less than $1,000 a year from your designs. And this is key. This is how basically everyone gets their start with Fusion. It lets you learn the program and get your business off the ground without that big price tag hanging over your head. There's a catch, though. That free license comes with some limits. And sometimes you don't find them until you're deep in a project and you hit a wall. YouTuber Mayhem Smiley ran into this head-on. He was working on a model, needed one specific feature to convert a mesh, and nope, it was locked behind the paid version. He called it a sales upgrade, basically a surprise paywall that can just stop you dead in your tracks. Okay, we've laid it all out. The good, the bad, the price tags. So, what's the verdict? Where should you be spending your time, your energy, and maybe even your money? And here's the absolute truth. Asking which one is better is the wrong question. It's just not helpful. The right question is, what are you making? It's that simple. If your business is all about functional parts, things that need perfect measurements, you want Fusion 360. It was built for that. But if you're in the business of art, characters, sculptures, awesome miniatures, then Blender is your weapon of choice. No question about it. But can I let you in on a little secret? The real pro move, the thing that the top tier creators are doing, isn't choosing one, it's using both. They don't see them as competitors. They see them as 2 essential tools in their toolbox, each for a different job. And this is what that advanced workflow looks like. Hey, remember that YouTuber, Night Shift? The guy who tried Blender once, hated it, and uninstalled it? Well, guess what he does now? He builds the clean, precise, structural parts of his models in Fusion 360. Then he takes that perfect base, brings it into Blender, and uses Blender's amazing sculpting tools to add all the cool artistic details, the textures, the battle damage, all the stuff that makes it come alive. He gets the precision of Fusion and the artistry of Blender. It's literally the best of both worlds. So at the end of the day, that's all these programs are. They're just tools. The real magic isn't in the software, it's in your head. It's your vision. The important thing is just to understand what each tool is great at so you can pick the right one for the job. You know the paths now. You know what the tools can do. So really, there's only one question left. What are you going to create?